ask if you have a question or you want to share your experience, please state your name and your organization if appropriate. And given the short amount of time, try to keep it a little bit concise, but we'd love to hear from you. Any questions or comments? Yes? Okay, the question is, how do we go beyond just looking at the currently employed and look for the people who are unemployed and breaking down those stereotypes, right, among line managers? So anybody like to take that?
One thing I would say is point to all the superstars in your company who came to you when they were unemployed.
Okay, any others? Thank you.
Just let them know, because you're not working at the moment, it doesn't mean that you got dumb along the way for 6 months. I mean, whatever you have in your mind will not leave you that quickly.
And I just to pile on here, I would say that one of the things that we stress in our organization is it's not the organization's job to make your job easier, right? So as a line manager, it's your job to improve the performance of the organization in any way possible. So looking towards the performance of those potential employees is much more important than having ease of onboarding because I'm bringing somebody in who currently might do that job elsewhere.
Okay.
I mean, most of the people who are unemployed, it really has nothing to do with them personally. There's a rich, you should be smart and go after those people that other people don't want. You have more people to choose from. It's a smart thing to do.
Okay, thanks to the panelists and thanks, Kate. Yes, great points. So the points were that you don't need to buy them out. So they may come at a discount, so to speak, and they're more motivated. So, okay, yes, you have a question. Okay, so the question is, any recommendations about tools that employees can use in their daily lives to keep them engaged?
First of all, you have to find out from the employees what motivates them. What do they like to do? What we found is that a lot of employees are in the jobs that are not right for them. Because you may come in one job that was right for you. 5 years from that, it doesn't mean that that job is right for you anymore. You may have grown and evolved and want to do something new.
And I just add to that, and I think it's imperative on the organization to provide effective performance management, right? Effective goal setting, and in that goal setting and performance management system to encourage people not just to put down what I'm going to do this year, but how am I using that to grow towards that end goal of my next promotion, running the company, having your job, whatever it is.
I would further add that the performance management process, as fraught as it is with, critics, is really still one of the best ways for employees to see the line of sight between what they do every day, the departmental goals, the divisional goals, the entity's goals. But adding on to that is really the development that comes out of that and the identification of those people who are contributing the greatest amount to the entity that they're in, and finding a way to reward and recognize those employees. And also, as you point out, some people are really, really excited about telecommuting or about summer work hours or about other kinds of flexibility that may not be appropriate or even desired by someone in their late 50s, but that is absolutely critical to someone who is in their 20s. So it's just really about that flexibility is really important. And one size fits all simply does not work in an intergenerational workforce anymore.
Great comments. Another question. Yes, back there. So the question is best practices by demographics and generation.
And some of it is industry specific as well. So a college or university has practices like sabbaticals, or unpaid leaves that might be of interest to certain people. The media industry, advertising and publishing tends to have certain summer hours that are attractive to people. So I think some of it just depends on what business or industry you're in, and you look at the best practices of your competitors and then decide which ones fit in your particular culture for your demographic. So again, even the best practices are not one size fit all. They're what works for our culture and even our geographic location and our demographic workforce. How are we, what are the ages and the demographics of our workforce? If you have a workforce that's 80% women of childbearing age, you may have a whole set of benefits that are appropriate for that group of people, and that may be one of your keystone benefits. So I really think that flexibility is important, but know what your competitors offer.
If I could answer that question wearing two hats, one as consultant, second as manager of a national group. What I see many of our clients focused on is their brand, right? Their employment brand, and that's not just inclusive of the work you're going to do every day. It's also inclusive of the value you're going to deliver to your clients in whatever organizational sense that means, and also what employment here means from a community perspective, right? What do I do outside of the walls of this company on a daily basis that let me add value to my community in whatever sense that means? So that might mean volunteer opportunities. It might mean, paid leave. It might mean sabbaticals that are available to anybody up and down the line. I had the smart aleck answer that for people my age and older, it meant nap time. But I also, but to answer it in a more straightforward way, I think building on what Cindy said, I've seen some organizations employ very effective policies and standards around putting in place not-for-profit organizations that become another arm of their company, so to speak, and give boomer employees particularly a chance to go do extended volunteer and service kinds of work that keeps them engaged on the job as well. From an employer's perspective, development. We just opened a training location in Dallas a year and a half ago that houses 1,000 people and is completely booked every day with some portion of our 51,000 employees of Deloitte in the U.S.
Great, thank you. One last quick question. We have time for one more quick question. Anybody? Quick question? Yes. That's a great comment. So the website's called Mashable, mashable.com. It's got information about the benefits and the perks and that companies provide, so it might give you some ideas. You may want to check that out. All right, thanks everybody, and back to Kate.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks to our Dream Team panel. Don't forget to get your books when you leave. Thanks to Rhonda Miller and to Chip and Jerry Capelli, our Hero of the Year. And thanks again to the panel. Give them applause as you're leaving. Yay! Hand in your blue forms. Hand in your blue forms. Thank you.